Hello and welcome back to my channel, the Pink Couch Collection. My name is Tracy and today I'm unboxing the first Kenbassador in the line, Mr. LeBron James. So before I open this box, there is a little story behind how I even got this. First, I'd have to say I was a little confused about the date of release. At first it said, I saw somewhere, I think it was on youloveit.com, where at first it said it's going to be released on the 23rd. So that got changed to the 14th. And then it said it would be released on at 12, was it 12 a.m. Pacific time? And so I live on the East Coast, so when I hear 12 a.m. Pacific time, that's like 3 a.m. for me. Anyhow, none of that even mattered really because I got sick over the weekend on Sunday and I completely forgot about the release. And so I was sick, I fell asleep. I woke up and it was closer to say 11 a.m. when I'm looking through my emails. I'm like, oh, the LeBron doll got released today. So I went on Mattel.com. Of course, it was sold out already. I went to Target.com. It was sold out already. Amazon gone. Only resellers were there. And so for Target, I saw that there was one in one town that's not like 30 minutes away from where I live. So I also know that there was a Target close by, so my husband is like, well, you're sick, but we should still go and we should still try to get this LeBron doll. So we all got into the car, went to the closest Target to us. They had none, of course, that's what he said online, but they also told us they never got any. They never got any. I'm like, that's interesting that a popular doll like this, that store wouldn't get any. And the store that said had one was like 30 minutes away. So anyway, we decided to go from there to go to that store, which was 30 minutes away. We got there, and I gotta say the people there were not helpful at first. Not at all. We went to the toy section, he wasn't there. Asked somebody in electronics, they're like, yay, got sold out. Early in the morning, like say before they got in, and they got in around 10. Fine. My husband's like, well, it does say it has one there, so maybe we should go up to customer service and find out. Go up to customer service. Um, they're like, yeah, it still says one. The lady was very unhelpful. I have to say that because she knew they were already sold out for sure. And she knew the reason why they only showed one, because their systems take a long time to update. I got all that information from corporate because while I was in the store, I also called the corporate office to like, hey, it says there's one here, but they're telling me there's none. Like, what's going on? That's when I found out the tidbit about takes about, 24 hours or so for their systems to update. So even though it says one, that typically means that they don't have any. Was like, okay. I was really, really upset because I'm like, all right, now I'm not going to get any. I'm not going to get any. So we decided to purchase something else. My husband saw a backpack that he wanted to get. And so we went up to purchase it. The pricing that they had listed there was incorrect. It was ringing up for a higher price. And so we talked to the manager about that. And funny enough, that same lady from customer service was also there. And she's like, hey, did you ever find the doll? I was like, no, we didn't find the doll. That's when the manager said, like, oh, they were never in the toy section. They were up front in their own area, and they only had 18. 18 of those dolls that sold before 8 a.m. this morning. So there was zero chance I was going to be able to get them at the point in time. It was like after 1. So there was none. It's been gone for hours. He also said that only 4 other stores in this area got dolls. And so they probably got 18 dolls each. But not all the Targets got dolls. The Targets in the areas close to where I live, nothing. Nothing. So I was already like tired, hungry. We went to an all you can eat place to eat. My head was already like foggy because I'm still sick. All this time I'm still sick. I'm still super tired. I got home and decided to check the Mattel forum because I'm part of that Barbie club. I paid that $9 every year to be a part of that club. It's $10 really. It's $9.99. So it's really $10 to be a part of that club. So I go into the forum for this particular doll and I see people either got it and are super happy, or they don't want it but still feel the need to comment, or they are really bummed out because they never got it. So I was like looking through because I wanted like maybe it's somewhere that I'm not thinking of, because I knew they released it in stores for Target. I knew it was at Amazon.com, and I also knew it was at Target online. So maybe there was somewhere else, and then someone in the forum wrote about FAO Swartz. So I'm like, oh, FAO Swartz. I didn't see that listed as one of the stores that carried the Kenbassador doll. So I went ahead and I searched online, and sure enough, I found it. I found it on FAO Swartz. Found it on FAO Swartz. So I was able to quickly get on there, order my doll, and cross my fingers that it didn't get canceled. And it didn't. So I have my doll here. It's still in the box. I haven't opened it up. So I'm going to stop the video and come right back with it out of the shipper. So I am back with Mr. Lebron. So I will be removing this from the box. I have gone back and forth with myself about whether or not I would keep it in box or not. And I am primarily an out of the box collector. I like to touch and feel my dolls. I look at them as works of art that's not just meant to be observed, but to be interacted with. So for the most part, there's some dolls I still keep in box, but mostly I take them out. So Mr. Lebron is coming out. So this is, if you did want to keep it in box, this is a good display box. You could see the doll all the way around. You know, the front is very clear. You can clearly see him in there. It looks like a really good likeness of him. Very good likeness of him. You could see the LeBron James Family Foundation there. Nice. Good marketing. Kenbassadors down here. So I'm pretty excited for this line because I want to see how it goes. Who is next in this lineup? He has a Beats headphones. He has generic glasses. He has the fanny pack crossbody. In I think previous versions of this, they had a K on there for Ken, but they didn't do that here. They have the LJ on his jacket. Nice. He has Nikes on. Very cool. The hats has the crown on it for his foundation. In the back, there is some general information about LeBron, and of course his picture So this is this is very, very nice. Very, very nice. Um, so I am not really a basketball person, per se. I've gone to basketball games. I sometimes watch it with my husband. He's way more of a basketball person than I am. Um, but what I will say about LeBron James is I like what he's doing. I like a lot of what I see that he's doing. Um, he exemplifies in a lot of ways um, what a good black father looks like, and what in general what a good black man looks like. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that for him. He is definitely a great basketball player, one of the greats, and will go down in history as such. Um, so this is just really, really good for me to have in my collection. And uh, because it's sold out, I see that a lot of other people feel the same way. So I'm looking at the box to see if there is any indication about whether or not this is limited in any way. I am not seeing that. I am not seeing anything about limits, but I'm trying to quickly read as well. But I'll look some more while I'm opening the box. So anyhow, I'll be right back with LeBron out of the box. All right, I am back with the man of the moment, Mr. LeBron. And I gotta say that, yeah, it definitely looks like him. It's a very good mold. I gotta say, a lot of things about this was very, very well done. Very, very well done. The face mold, the hairline. I'm laughing because everybody knows that LeBron, he has a little help in real life with his hairline. Not mad at it, but this looks great. This looks great. He also looks great in his hat. King, yes, King James. I'm going to remove his fanny pack here because I'm curious about his body. So he doesn't. He has Nikes on. These are nice. You know, I'm not a sneakerhead either, so I have no sense of, you know, which one this is. It says BBZ James. So he must have his own line with Nike. Guess. You know, one of my pet peeves about Mattel is the way how they're able to do toes for the male dolls, but not at all for the female dolls. It's kind of wild because they mostly make the female dolls and their foot is like one big thing mushed together. Like, for example, Miss Lady here, Miss Taya. Oh, she dropped her hat. Not reviewing Miss Taya. I just got this fashionista and put her onto a tall, made to move body. But look at that foot. You could barely see the toes. You could barely see them. It's not at all defined at all. So I never liked that. And I know it's possible because I've seen it on other dolls that where it's done very well. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. Anyway, she is fast becoming one of my favorite dolls, and she's a fashionista, which I only got for her for two reasons. Her outfit I liked and her face. The body had to go. So here she is. Anyway, let me put her away. Get back to LeBron. Yeah, I just I like that for the male dolls they do the whole feet thing where they have toes. They have actual toes. I like that. So I'm not sure why they didn't give him socks and why they just gave him these things around the ankles to kind of simulate socks, or maybe these are like sports bands. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm gonna get into him because I'm not quite sure what type of body does he have. Is this a made to move body? Is it? Or is it just the regular articulated body? Of course, he has these sunglasses. I don't think these are anything special. These are just the regular sunglasses, which I will not even use for them because Mattel is trash at making sunglasses for dolls. I'll just use the Integrity sunglasses because those are way better quality. It's like night and day. Um, this watch, um, it's way better. Let me try to really pick up on the details here of this item. It's not coming into focus, but what I will say about this item in particular, this watch, it's gold watch, that it's nice, way nicer than typical. So way nicer than typical. So I'm gonna cut this whole part out because I can't focus it in. But as you can see, it's nice. It's very well done. There's actually a lot of detail in here. So they kind of made it like a band, but it's a watch at the same time. So it has a large band. I don't know if that's the way his watch is. I do know he has a sponsorship with a Swiss watchmaker. So maybe it's this particular watch. I don't know. It's hard to show up on camera. He has also a wristband. It says I promise for his schools. I think the school that he has is called I Promise. I don't think you can. There we go. Almost had it. Yeah, I promise. So I like that. That is cool. Of course, the hat, the king hat. I do like that they decided to use yes, plastic molds for his beard and his hair. Um, it works. It works. They did a good job of simulating hair with a plastic mold here. I think that was very well done. Even had like the little hair under the lip there. Pretty cool. I'm gonna remove his jacket because he has plastic underneath his clothes, and I'm guessing that's to protect his body from, color coming off of him, coming off the fabric onto his body. This was glued onto the shirt, so it says just a kid from Akron. It's a kid from Akron. Nice. You could feel that it's like, what is this, like when the printed on t-shirts? It's printed on for sure, I think. That's what it feels like anyway. And then yeah, also printed on down here. Just a kid from Akron. I do like this. This is cool. He has his King logo, Ohio. He's from number 23 for his jacket. So I'm not sure if LeBron actually has a jacket like this. Not sure. I can't say I've ever seen him wear a jacket like this, but maybe he does. Maybe he does. And so now I don't know if, hold on, is he just meant to be in this shirt? Because it's not, it doesn't have like the Velcro in the back, so he kind of has to like take it off. So I can see right away from the elbow joint that it is not a made to move. It is just the articulated. And let me try to remove the plastic from underneath. You know what? I may have to just take his shirt off. Can I do that? It says "We Are Family" shirt. That must be for his foundation. So I typically don't take stuff off like this much for my dolls, but maybe I will in the future with more. Okay, so easy peasy. So I think this is a tall body. I don't know if they've done tall bodies before for Ken, but let's see. Okay, that comes off. Yeah, he has a tattoo. Think to match Lebron's tattoo. Try to show this. Pretty cool. Pretty cool that they show that level of detail on something that some people may not even see because they may not even take the doll out of the box. Wow. Very cool. It has, I think these are his actual tattoos. I think a lion and a rose, something or other. Never really studied his tattoos before. But this is good. The level of detail is fantastic. So I am curious about why this doll is only $75. A lot of people were complaining that it was too expensive, but a lot of things why I'm questioning why it's only that amount of money. It comes with the Beats, and we know it's Beats because it has like that B there. Right, these headphones. Yeah, it has the Beats logo on them, so that had to cost some money. Um, yeah. So he has the Beats headphones. Yeah, Beats headphones. He has very detailed tattoos. And this was Black Label. Nike shoes on. It's LeBron. He's wearing a shirt for his foundation, the pants, or whatever. Did he have plastic on his pants? No. No, I'm not going to take his pants off. He has real pockets. He has real pockets. So not faux pockets, real pockets. So I like that he does have real pockets. I think LeBron might be a little bit more bulky than this guy. This guy is not as buff as, say, LeBron is, but I could be wrong about how buff LeBron actually is. Level of detail is fantastic here. I'm going to put his shirt back on. I'm glad that it came over his head. So I'm going to try that again. Sometimes they don't fit over the head and you have a problem. But that does not seem to be a problem here. So put these arms back in. Yeah. Everything on the male dolls, especially this one, is very detailed. So when I think about other things that they've done that cost this much, I'm like, how do these companies come up with the pricing for like different things? You could see his his tattoo. Nice. And put his watch back on. Um, his I promise bracelet. Got his jacket. Shall put on back on him in a moment. He also came with a stand. So this is a really, really large stand. Guess to fit the larger body. So it fits pretty well. Fits pretty well. I like that. He has his fanny pack here. And his certificate of authenticity. Very cool. It has slightly better material than they typically use on Barbie. And what I also like is the display case. Because you could open it at the sides, you can actually take your doll out, unbox it, and put it back into the case if you so choose. So I'm going to keep this case because I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I like that I have the option to do that, to keep the case, because they make it so easy to open it up, and you could just put the doll back in, close it up, and if you want to display it in a box, you could do so. So overall, I'm super, super happy that I was able to get him. I was really, really concerned that I would not be able to get him. So I'm glad that worked out. This is a very, very, very good representation of him. Um, very detailed, very well done sculpt. Um, they say it's Black Label, so maybe it's gonna be like the Alea doll. I have never seen the Alea dolls in stores. It's also sold out online. So I think they had come back and put some more stock in for Alea, so maybe they'll do the same for Lebron, who knows? But I do like what I see with this line in terms of the level of quality. I don't want it to be this is the best one and then the ones after like in worse quality. This is very, very well done in terms of the mold itself. I mean, that's LeBron all day long. Um, the details, the shoes, the headphones, um, the watch, really nice watch. I don't know if LeBron's gonna keep that watch. Maybe somebody else will get the watch. The jacket, which I forgot to mention that it is lined on the inside for the bodies, but not on the sleeves. So you know, it's decent quality, especially for Mattel. The pants has pockets, so he can, he can put his hand in his pocket. It's not the most flattering look for him, but he could do that. Um, so yeah, overall, I think they did an excellent job with this. There's a lot of details. There's a lot of brands. There's LeBron himself, that's a brand. There's Nikes and Beats. Beats. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. So let me know in the comment section. Did you get one? Were you able to get one? Do you care about LeBron? I'm not really a sports fan, but I do know that sports fans will get this because this is just so iconic. It is LeBron. People, it wasn't just Barbie people who were buying this. It was people who buy sports memorabilia, NBA fans, just people who are just in general fans of LeBron. So there's a huge amount of competition out there for these dolls. But anyhow, I'm glad I was able to get one, and I am happy I have it. I do enjoy it. I think it for all the things that it came with, it was a good price. the $75 was actually a good price for everything that it came with, because I know that all these different brands, it's not cheap to include all of those different things in the same doll for a reasonable price. So anyhow, this video is already longer than I wanted it to be. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.